Public Library. Welcome to the final episode of our Culture Craft series. Today, we are honoring people with disabilities. International Day of Persons with Disabilities was proclaimed in 1992 by the United Nations and is celebrated every year on December 3rd. Each year has a theme, and the theme for 2021 is Leadership and Participation of Persons with Disabilities toward an Inclusive, Accessible, and Sustainable Post COVID 19 World. This day aims to promote the rights and well being of persons with disabilities in all spheres of society and development, and to increase awareness of the situation of persons with disabilities in every aspect of political, social, economic, and cultural life. The World Health Organization joins the United Nations in observing this day each year, reinforcing the importance of securing the rights of people with disabilities so that they can participate fully, equally, and effectively in society with others and face no barriers in any aspect of their lives. A disability does not define a person, but it is a single trait among many that makes them who they are. When we focus narrowly on a disability, we can miss the person as a whole. So, how can we celebrate this day? We can do a lot to help someone who may be differently abled, like lending a helping hand, maybe running an errand or helping them with a chore, or showing some compassion goes a long way too. How about reading some books about or written by somebody with a disability? And to do just that, we will begin today's program with this book. It's called Emmanuel's Dream, the true story of Emmanuel Ofusu Yeboah, who was born with a deformed right leg in rural Ghana and was determined to prove that being disabled does not mean being unable. He later became the embodiment of courage, strength, and determination as he bicycled across the country, raising awareness for disabled people throughout Africa and around the world, becoming a hero and a role model. So, are you ready? Emmanuel's Dream. In Ghana, West Africa, a baby boy was born. Two bright eyes blinked in the light. Two healthy lungs let out a powerful cry. Two tiny fists opened and closed, but only one strong leg kicked. Most people thought he would be useless, or worse, a curse. His father left, never to return, but his mother had faith. Her name was Comfort, and she named her first child Emmanuel, meaning God is with us. As Emmanuel grew, Mama Comfort told him he could have anything, but he would have to get it for himself. He learned to crawl and hop, to fetch water, and to climb coconut trees. He even shined shoes to earn money. Most kids with disabilities couldn't go to school. Still, Emmanuel's mother carried him there until one day she said, "You're too heavy." From then on, Emmanuel hopped to school and back, 2 miles each way on one leg, all by himself. At first, nobody would play with him, so Emmanuel saved his money and bought something none of his classmates had, a brand new soccer ball. Of course, he would share it if he could play too. Lunging and spinning on crutches his grandmother had found for him, and kicking the ball with his good left foot, Emmanuel earned their respect. His new friends sometimes used their lunch money to rent bikes. Would Emmanuel be able to join them? His good friend Godwin pushed him fast so he could balance. Over and over again, Emmanuel fell hard, but finally he rode. When Emmanuel was 13, Mama Comfort got very, very sick. She could no longer sell vegetables in the market, and Emmanuel's sister and brother were too little to work. He would have to support them. Against his mother's wishes, Emmanuel snuck out and boarded a midnight train to the bustling city of Accra, 150 miles away, all alone. He didn't know it then, but it would be 2 years before he saw his family again. Emmanuel arrived full of hope. There were so many people, but no one would hire him. Shopkeepers and restaurant owners told him to go out and beg like other disabled people did. Emmanuel refused. Finally, a food stand owner offered him a job and a place to live. When Emmanuel wasn't serving drinks, he kept busy shining shoes. He earned money and sent it home. One morning, when Emmanuel went to buy shoe shining supplies, the shopkeeper thought he was there to beg and scolded him. Insulted, Emmanuel slammed his money down on the counter. The shopkeeper apologized, but Emmanuel would never forget. When Mama Comfort grew sicker, Emmanuel went home to be with her. From her bed on Christmas Eve, she told her son, "Be respectful, take care of your family, don't ever beg, and don't give up." By next morning, Emmanuel's beloved mother was no more. He was heartbroken, but he knew her last words had been a gift. He would honor them by showing everyone that being disabled does not mean being unable. It was a big dream, but Emmanuel had a plan. Emmanuel had a sharp mind, a bold heart, and one strong leg. All he needed was a bike. At first, no one would help. They thought his plan to bicycle around Ghana was impossible. Then Emmanuel wrote to the Challenged Athletes Foundation all the way in San Diego, California. They sent him a bike, plus a helmet, shorts, socks, and gloves. Emmanuel started training for the long ride. He persuaded the king of his region to give him a royal blessing. He went door to door asking for additional support. Finally, he hired a taxi to follow him with drinking water, a camera, and his best friends. Then Emmanuel tied his right leg to the bike's frame, jammed his left foot into a flip flop attached to the pedal, and rode. Emmanuel pedaled through the bustling city of Accra. He pedaled through the rainforests, over rolling hills, and across wide, muddy rivers. He pedaled past forests and farms and through the market city of Kumasi. He pedaled as trucks roared past on the narrow highways and wild animals stalked his thoughts. He pedaled through the vast grasslands and into the ancient city of Tamale. He rode up, down, across, and around his country, proudly wearing the colors of its flag on a shirt printed with the words the Pozo, or the disabled person. Along the way, Emmanuel talked to those with physical challenges and those without, to poor farm workers and wealthy landowners, to religious leaders, government officials, and reporters. He wanted everyone to see him and his disability. He wanted everyone to hear him and his message. The farther Emmanuel rode, the more attention he got. Children cheered, able bodied adults ran or rode along with him. People with disabilities left their homes and came outside, some for the very first time. The young man, once thought of as a curse, was becoming a national hero. He completed his astounding journey, pedaling south to the sea and back up to Accra, nearly 400 miles in just 10 days. But Emmanuel's success goes even further than that. He proved that one leg is enough to do great things, and one person is enough to change the world. As Emmanuel says, in this world we are not perfect. We can only do our best. That was inspiring, wasn't it? Let us now watch a short presentation to learn more about International Day of Persons with Disabilities. International Day of Persons with Disabilities, December 3rd. International Day of Persons with Disabilities is a United Nations Day that is celebrated every year on 3rd December. This day is about promoting the rights and well being of persons with disabilities at every level of society and development in all aspects of political, social, economic, and cultural life. The World Health Organization joins the United Nations in observing this day each year, reinforcing the importance of securing the rights of people with disabilities so they can participate fully, equally, and effectively in society with others and face no barriers
in all aspects of their lives. Each year, the World Health Organization decides on a theme and develops evidence based advocacy materials such as brochures, flyers, posters, banners, infographics, and presentations that are shared with partners in government and civil society around the world. The theme for International Day of Persons with Disabilities 2021 is Leadership and Participation of Persons with Disabilities Toward an Inclusive, Accessible, and Sustainable Post COVID 19 World. Disability is a part of human experience. The World Health Organization recognizes that a world where all people attain the highest possible standard of health and well being is only possible if health systems are inclusive of people with disability. People with disability have been amongst the most vulnerable populations during the COVID 19 outbreak due to many health, social, and environmental barriers, discriminatory attitudes, and inaccessible infrastructure. The COVID 19 pandemic provides a unique opportunity to build back our health systems so that they are more inclusive and responsive to the needs and human rights of people experiencing disability in all their diversity. Countries need to shift towards a service delivery system rooted in the communities, reaching out and empowering people with a disability. So, how can we help recognize this day? We can do a lot to help someone who may be differently abled, like lending a helping hand, maybe running an errand for them, or helping out with a chore. Showing some compassion goes a long way too. And how about reading some books written by or about differently abled persons? Let's take a look at some famous persons with disabilities and their achievements.
Now that we know a lot more about this special day, let us try and become more involved in helping out the differently abled community and do all we can to honor and celebrate them. As you can see here at the Gwinnett County Public Library, we have many books about stories, adventures, and struggles of the disabled. So visit your local branch and check them out today. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.